So it is New Year's Eve, and yes, tomorrow the transfer window does, of course, open. And ideally, Manchester United, we really do need to get working in that transfer window. But Rúben Amorim's confirmed that's going to be pretty difficult, unfortunately, due to financial fair play and all that. I mean, honestly, there's a massive limit to what we can do, and look. January transfer window is one of our most important transfer windows in a very long time because this is the worst position we've been in, basically ever, to be completely honest. At Manchester United, it's one of our worst ever positions that we've been in. It probably is the worst position. 14th in the league, going into the new year. It's not good enough whatsoever, if we're being completely honest, at Manchester United Football Club right now. It's not good enough. All of us Manchester United supporters are ridiculously frustrated, and honestly, it's going to be difficult to really get a change. And, the big thing is that we need to sell players, but basically the whole team, in order to get to where we want to be and bring in some players who actually do care and do want to fight and play for this Manchester United shirt. Because right now it doesn't really look like any of these players do. And, I really like Rúben Amorim. I want him to succeed at Manchester United. I love that he's got the passion. He's as passionate for Manchester United, just like us fans are. And that's the kind of manager that we need. But I feel like the ownership, Ineos, are letting him down. And I feel like there's got to be protests about Ineos as well as the Glazers, to be honest, because, I mean, everything they're doing, cutting things off, nothing's helping us right now, to be completely honest with you. Nothing is helping us right now. Everything's going wrong. Big transfer dilemma due to financial fair play. As Fabrizio Romano says as well, Rúben Amorim confirms it won't be easy to bring in players in January. We don't have that possibility in January if we don't sell some players. You know the situation better than me. I can't arrive and spend money immediately. And in this January transfer window, we need to spend more money than ever. And it just simply does not look like it's going to happen. We're going to hear lots of things that we're linked to players, but whether we actually end up buying anyone in January, I don't know. There's got to be players that we have to sell in Jan, but again, Rúben Amorim's confirmed himself. This is going to be very difficult due to financial fair play. But look, honestly, Ineos and the Glazers at the top together, it's the worst possible partnership for an ownership that we could have, to be honest. It is not good whatsoever. But it's just unfortunate that Ineos have brought in only a year ago, so that means they're going to be stuck here for a very long time. Hopefully the Glazers can just piss off soon. But I still feel like there's got to be protests around it, because I just feel like they're making it really difficult for the manager right now, to be honest. Nothing's helping, to be honest. Nothing is helping whatsoever. I just feel like, they're just being really dumb with their costs. I mean, sacking Ten Hag for 15 million, bringing Rúben Amorim for 12 million. I just feel like it's all over the place. Sacking a manager for more than we're bringing in a manager for. I just feel like every decision that's being made by Ineos and everyone, to be honest, at the very top of this club, it's an absolute mess, and everything's just being ripped out of it, to be fair. And we've got players who don't care whatsoever. It's just making life so hard for the manager. It's making life so hard for us Manchester United fans. Look, this club is all over the place, to be fair. It is absolutely all over the place. At the end of the day, we need literally every player sold. I mean, Rashford needs to go in January. But even then, though, even if we do offload a few players, it probably will still be difficult to bring in another player. And look, I would have said coming into this January transfer window, we need at least 3 signings. I mean, ideally more if we're being real, but if we're being realistic, at least 3 signings with how bad it is at the moment. But it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I think we're going to go the whole of January and we're not really going to sign anyone permanently anyway. We might get the odd loan deal here. We might get like one loan deal. I don't know who it will be, but I can just see January just being an absolute mess for Manchester United, if I'm being completely honest. I just think it's going to be an absolute mess throughout January. Nothing's really going to happen. But I think a big thing, though, like, at least we need to be offloading players. So, like, we need to be selling players. Rashford's at the top of that list for having to be sold, if I'm being honest. I do think we should probably loan out Joshua Zirkzee. And I don't even know, though. I don't even know because we'll have to bring in someone else if we do that, though. Otherwise, it'll be even more messy. It's a real horrible situation to be in right now. Anthony should go, but again, God knows if that will happen. Mount's got to go, but it's going to be difficult to sell him because he's ridiculously injury prone. So he'll be a difficult player to get rid of. I just feel like everything right now is an absolute mess at Manchester United. I keep on saying that, but it's just the reality. I mean, losing right now for us, though, for me and a lot of people, it just feels numb. But, with a massive transfer dilemma that Rúben Amorim's got on his hands, it makes us feel so ridiculously frustrated that nothing's really going to happen in January. We need at least 3 players. That's not going to happen. Yeah. Who knows what we're going to do? Who knows what we are going to do in this January transfer window? But, I mean, we need to try and do something to try and keep steady until the summer. I mean, it just feels like from the situation that we're in right now, things are only just going to get worse. And not getting any transfers in January is not helping us out whatsoever. But, as I said, a big thing to do would be to sell players. But I feel like it's going to be difficult for us to offload some of the players that we got. I really do. We've got some ridiculously injury-prone players that we need to get rid of. And we've got players with horrible attitude as well, who don't care, don't want to fight for the shirt. We've got players like that. I feel like it's going to be difficult to offload players as well, though, if I'm being completely honest. It's going to be difficult. We've got older players like Casemiro, I mean, who's way past his prime now. Like, what we going to do there? I mean, ideally, I'd want to sell absolutely everyone and completely start over again. But that's probably not being realistic whatsoever, though, is it? But yeah, I mean, at this point, if we really do want to try and make up for selling players, sell everyone. But I mean, honestly, I'd rather just see like the under 23s play for us for the rest of the season, because they'll probably do a better job than what this first team is like. Put this first team into the under 23s, bring the under 23s up to this first team, because it would probably be better off at this point. Because let's be real, those lot would actually want to fight for the shirt. Those lot are trying to fight for their position in the first team. So give those lot an opportunity, because at least we'll see the effort and the passion of playing for Manchester United. Bring some of the under 21s in as well. Bring Chido Martin into the first team as well. That's what we probably need to do at this point in order to, really try and save the season and just try and get top 10 at this point, to be honest. Expectations are so low. I'm honestly just so frustrated at this point, to be honest. I really am. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.